Okay, good morning. Again, today we are doing some more multiplication and division, but we're going to kind of have a mixture of both. So it's important now that you're able to see the difference between a multiplication problem and a division problem, okay? Because sometimes they can look pretty similar. They can both talk about groups. They can both talk about splitting or sharing. Okay, so you just have to really read carefully. We don't need to just look at the numbers and say, oh, it's a big number, that means I need to divide. Because pretty soon you guys are going to learn how to do a 2-digit number times a 1-digit number. Like something like this, 28 times 5. You're going to learn how to do that. So some of y'all might see 28 and say, oh, I need to divide because that's a big number. I don't know how to multiply that, so it must be division. Nope, not anymore. You will learn how to do this type of problem soon, okay? Third grade. Okay. So after reading the problem, these are the questions we need to be asking ourselves. What is the question asking me to find? We always do that already, kind of. We underline the question and we say, what is it asking you to find? We look for keywords, right? Now you might want to also ask yourself, does the story tell me the total? If it tells you the total, that usually means you're going to divide. Because remember, if you have a division problem, let's say it's 30 divided by 5 equals 6. This number in front represents what?
Number.
The total amount, right? You're taking the total amount of objects and splitting it into 5 groups, okay? So usually when you have the total, that means you divide. Does the story tell me the number in each group? Or does the story tell me how many groups? Okay, that's what we're going to be looking at today. So number 1, let's go ahead and get started on it, okay? Who wants to read that one? Brandon?
What is the question asking?
Go ahead, say that again, Brandon.
What is the question asking?
Oh no, right here, number 1. Maxine's teacher.
Maxine's teacher arranged the student classes into groups. If there are 7 groups, how many students are in the class?
Okay, so it's taking the student's desk and putting them into groups of 3. If there are 7 groups, how many students are in the class? Does it tell me the total?
No.
No. Are we looking for a total?
Yes.
Yes, because it says how many students are in the class. That tells me I'm looking for a total. I want to know how many total students in the class. Okay? So do you think I'm going to multiply or divide if I'm looking for a total? What do we get? No. Multiply. Remember, multiplication is just a quicker way to give you a total, right? Like addition. So how can I show my work?
I know.
I'm doing 7 groups of 3. How could I show my work if I don't know the answer? Kelsey?
You could do an array. You could do groups.
Groups, okay. It's doing groups of 3, so I'm going to go ahead and do groups of 3. 3, 6, 9, 12, and I have 4 groups. I need to go to how many groups? 7. And that was 15, 18, plus 3 more. What's 18 plus 3 more, Allie?
The answer is 21 because I added all those 3 up, so and it equals 21.
Good. So there's 21 students total. So 21 was our total.
That's a product.
Yep. For multiplication, we call it a product. Very good, Kelsey.
And the numbers are factors.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so when we need to find the total amount, you're going to usually do what?
You're going to multiply.
You're going to multiply when you're looking for the total. If the problem gives you the total, you're going to what?
Divide.
Divide. Okay, that's going to help us.
Can I read that one?
Okay, number 2. Go ahead, Kelsey.
The PE teacher split his 32 students into 4 groups for a game. If each group has an equal number of players, how many students did he put in each group?
Okay, it kind of sounds the same, doesn't it? It's talking about groups.
So you're going to do 4 groups until you get to 32.
Okay, but so do they give us the total this time?
No. Yes.
Yes.
32.
What is the total?
32.
Good. This time we know that he has 32 students, and that is our total. We're not looking for a total. We're looking for how many students did he put in each group. Okay? So if I have my total already, Allie, what does that mean I'm going to do? Multiply or divide?
Divide.
Very good. So I have 32 students and I'm splitting them or dividing them into 4 groups.
You could do repeated subtraction.
Repeated subtraction. Good.
You're in a array.
I want you guys to go ahead and pick a strategy and work that out. 32 divided by 4. How many students did he put in each group? Okay, as I walked around the room, I saw a lot of different strategies. I saw some of you draw an array. Some of you did 4 groups. Some of you drew 32 items and circled groups of 4. All of those will still get you the same answer if you do it correctly. Okay? So if I do 4 groups, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go ahead and start with a big number like 5 because I know there would be 5, 10, 15, 20 instead of going one by one. Okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 20. 5, 10, 15, 20. And I need to keep going to 32. Right, Allie?
Yes, keep adding.
So this would be 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Okay? I look at my groups and I ended up with how many? 8. So 8 was your answer. Okay? But do you see the difference in these two problems?
Yes.
This one we're given the total, so and it talked about splitting it up, so we divide. This one asked us how many students are in the class, so that means we had to find the total. So to find a total, we multiply. Okay? That's what we're looking for, those differences. Number 3. All right, go ahead, Bryson.
Leslie bought 40 granola bars. The granola bar came in boxes of 8 granola bars. In each box, how many boxes did she buy?
Okay, how many boxes did he buy? Does that ask us to find a total or just how many boxes out of the granola bars?
Find the total.
Boxes.
How many boxes? So like how many in each group? Or how many groups? What do y'all think? Raise your hand if you think it's asking you to find the total, or do we already know the total? Raise your hand if you think it's finding the total. Do we need to find the total? Raise your hand if you think we already know the total amount.
It's 40.
Good. It is 40 granola bars. Okay, that's your total. And they came in boxes with 8 in each box. How many boxes did he buy? So we're not looking for a total, we're looking for how many boxes, which is another way of saying how many groups. So we're looking for the groups, not the total. So we need to take 40 bars and divide it by what?
By 8.
Good. Okay, I want you to go ahead and show your work, pick a strategy, get your answer. Okay, let's see what this would look like if you chose to do an array. Okay, I could start with 8 going down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is it important to make your rows or columns neat?
Yes.
Yes, because if you do tiny little dots and it's not neat, you're going to lose count, or you will go down and you won't have enough or too many. Make sure you're doing it neat so you have the right amount. Okay, so that's 8, and I'm going to keep going now until I get to 40. So this would be 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Okay? So I already have my 8 going down, so now I need to count going across. Girls. So I look at the X's in one of the rows, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take your time when you're making these and do it neat. Otherwise, you are going to mess up and have to do it all over again. So then you would have rushed for no reason, because now you're just having to go back and redo it. Okay, take your time. Do it right the first time. Okay? Now we're going to do 3 more on our own, and then we're going to do our assignment. So look, it's doing the same type of problems, 4, 5, and 6. So make sure you're asking yourself, what is the question asking me to find? Does it give me the total? If it does give you the total, what does that usually mean you're going to do?
You're going to multiply.
Nope. If it gives you the total, you will divide. Okay. If it asks you for how many groups or how many in each group, then you're dividing also. Okay. If it asks you to find the total,
You're going to multiply.
Find the total, that means you multiply. Oops. Okay. So if it asks you to find the total, that means to multiply. Okay? So hopefully now, after those 3 we practiced together, you can tell the difference between a multiplication and division problem. But we're going to continue practicing this. 4, 5, and 6 we're doing on our own. Any questions before we start? All right. Get started. I'm going to be walking around the room. Okay. We're going to check real quickly so you guys can get started on your assignment. It's doing the same thing that we're practicing. It's going to have a mix of division and multiplication word problems. So you're having to figure out, is it asking you to find the total? If it asks you to find the total, what did you have to do?
If it was asking me for the total, you would multiply.
Multiply. If it gives you the total amount, then you were doing what?
Divide.
Dividing. Good.
Can I read it?
Okay, number 4 says Lily had 48 picture books. She put the books into 6 baskets. If she put an equal number of books into each basket, how many books did she put into each basket? Does it tell you how many total books she has?
Yes.
Yes, she has 48 picture books. Okay, so if I'm given the total already, then that means I'm going to do what? Divide. Good. We're going to take her 48 books and split them into 6 baskets. So now we need to know how many books go in each basket. Okay? So you could have worked this out, equal groups, array. I'm going to go ahead and just give count by 6s. Okay, so this would be 6, 12. What comes next?
6, 12,
24.
18 plus 6 more. 24. Good. 24 plus 6.
26,
30. 30 plus 6.
36,
36 plus 6.
40.
42. Good. I need to go to 48 though, so we can't stop yet. 48. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I skipped 8 times, so 8 should have been your answer. You guys have had word problems where you had to pick the one that's skipping by the correct amount?
Yes.
Do you guys understand how you get those? It has to be skipping by 6. If you're splitting it into 6 baskets, it needs to skip by 6 each time on those answer choices, on those problems that we've seen. Y'all had that on your power quiz last week and we missed it, or 2 weeks ago. All right, number 5. Kelsey?
Jackson bought 30 packs of markers. Each pack had 10 markers. How many markers did he buy in all?
Okay, in all means what?
To add.
Or
Multiply.
multiply, because in this case, in all means you're trying to find, what are we trying to find?
The product.
Okay, the product or the total. So if we're trying to find the total, we're going to multiply or divide?
Multiply.
Multiply, good. So I have 3 packs, 10 in each pack. Okay, so 3 groups of 10. If it were me, I would just get by 10s.
That's what I did.
Do it in my head, so that would be 10, 20, 30. So 30 markers in all. Any questions on that one? Good. All right, number 6, last one. Charlie spent $45 at the book fair. Each book he bought cost $9. How many books did he buy? Do we know the total?
Yes.
Yes. Total is 45. So if I'm already given the total, I don't need to multiply. I need to what?
You could divide.
Divide. $45 divided by $9 each. Okay. What'd y'all get?
5.
5. Good. I could skip by 9, so this would be 9, 18. Y'all remember the pattern?
Yes.
The tens place would be 2. The ones place would be 7. 3, 6. Good. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I don't think I'm ready to go.
Okay, so when you're doing your assignment today, you can keep this out to help you. Just remember when it says in all or how much in all, you need to multiply because you're finding the total.
So none of this will be adding and subtracting?
No, you are not adding and subtracting on these, okay? So if it says in all, think multiplication instead of addition, okay? We got all these right, so don't psych yourself out and say you can't do it now that you're by yourself. Yes, you did. I walked around and I saw that you got them right. Okay? So this is what your assignment looks like. Multiplication and division word problems. It is multiple choice, but you do need to show your work. I will not accept it if you have no work shown. Okay? You will do front and back. Turn it into the pink folder when you're done. Then we will work on making flashcards. So this is how we're going to do our flashcards. I'm going to go ahead and cut these up for you because we don't need a whole note card for just a 2-digit number or 1-digit number. Okay? So you're going to get note cards. Get one out. Okay. So here's a note card. I'm going to go ahead and cut it in half for y'all before I pass them out. If you want to use it long ways, you can. You are going to write, hold on, let me get a marker. Actually, I'll just use my red pen because marker you might be able to see through the answer. You don't want to be able to see through because that gives you the answer. So you're going to write, you're going to be focusing on your 2s, 5s, and 10s. So if you want to do all the 2s first, I would do 1 times 2. What is the answer? 2. So then on the back you're going to put 2. Just make sure that when you hold up the card you can't see the number all the way through. You can see the red pen through here. So pencil is probably the best option. So you can't see your answers through the card. Okay?
But we have to use a pen, right? Or pencil?
Use a pencil, yes. Okay, and so the next card you would do 2 times 2. We're going to do all the 2s first and then go back and do the 5s and 10s. So 2 times 2, we write the answer on the back. Okay? And so my next card I make is going to be what?
2 times 6.
3 times 2. Just go in order. 1, 2, 3.
6.
Do all of the 2s, then all of the 5s, all of the 10s. Okay? Go all the way up to 12. So I need to have 12 times 2 as my last card. And then 12 times 5 and 12 times 10. All the way up to 12 for the 2s, 5s, and 10s. Does that make sense?
Can we use our folder?
Yes, you can use your folder to write your answer. You want to make sure you're not putting the wrong answer on the back, because then you're going to be studying the wrong answer. Yes, use your folder to help you. Okay? Any other questions? Kaylee?
Write 2 plus 2 equals 4.
Yep.
It's the same answer 2 times.
It is the same answer. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to pass these out.
Can I pass them out?
Those of you on Seesaw, you will work through this with a video. Well, by the end of the video, you will already have done this, and then you're going to go ahead and work your problems out in Seesaw, and then submit your work, and then you may do the same thing that we're doing at home. Get you some note cards, cut them up, and make you some flashcards for your 2s, 5s, and 10s.
Do I put this in my work?